Hello, everybody! I thought that things would be working fine. They aren't. Well, there it is. Okay, cool. We fixed it. It's easy! As you can see, this is our first time playing with closed captions. Things are a little wonky, but that's besides the point because today is December 5th, 2021, and you are loved. That is a very important thing that we like to remind each and every single one of our viewers and listeners at the beginning of each and every single one of these games. If this is your first time joining us, you can go to youtube.com/indooradventures to check up on all of the VODs of each of the games that we have played up until this point. Hey, guess what? This is the first game of the session, so it's a pretty good one to go and check out. But you can also find us anywhere that audio casts are made available for free. And speaking of things that are being made available for free, if you go to patreon.com/indooradventures, you can check up on our after show called Nights in the Courtyard, where we answer questions not only from each other, but also from the community. So if you have any questions for myself or any of these other fine folk, feel free to join us at patreon.com/indooradventures and or on our Discord. You can find the link in the Twitch chat to the side. I would be making more motions with a free hand, but my cat is being very needy and loving because she is a little Shakespearean today. She has to wear a cone, not of shame, but of high class. You can join us on the Discord, but if, let's say, for example, wild case, you already support us on Twitch and YouTube and Twitter and Patreon and all of those other wonderful spaces, and you're trying to think to yourself, where can I go to help support this fantastic show even more? Guess what, buddy? I got your back. Quite literally, in fact, because if you go to indooradventure.redbubble.com, we got t-shirts, we got posters, we got mugs, we got crop tops, throw pillows, shower curtains, aprons, clocks, and most importantly, I would say most importantly, there it is, we also have face masks. That's right, we also have masks with the symbol of Tiamat upon them, designed by our very own Cyberwolf1201, where all of the proceeds of those masks end up going to help support Doctors Without Borders. So if you would like to help support a good cause, or possibly help support the show, you can again go to indooradventure.redbubble.com. That is indooradventure, no S at the end, .redbubble.com. But that is it for my opening spiel. So hey RJ, who you playing tonight?
Hey everybody, I'm RJ, and today I'm playing Vice, the Tiefling Rogue. Yep.
And Sarah.
Sorry, I already forgot the order we were supposed to go. Hi, I'm Sarah. I have ADHD. I'm going to be playing Lowry Moon, our Hexblood Spore.
Oh my god, Cece got it right.
Good job, Cece. I'm proud of you. No, I got it wrong. Never mind.
I am Mediaflare. I am going to be playing Pamferdam, the Gnome Artificer.
And Danae.
My God, we're off on a great start, you guys. Everybody, I'm Wings, also known as Danae Keener. I use she/her pronouns. I'm going to be playing as Clout, the Tiefling Bard. He uses he/him.
And I am the Indoor Adventurer, he/him, and tonight I shall be your Dungeon Master. So let's set the scene a little bit, as this is our first time playing the game, or at least playing this game specifically with these fine folk. So as we had established in our side chat, let me see here. The year is 1513 of the Dale Reckoning, and as our game begins, we see that there are this large tree-like individual that we all would recognize as a treant that seems to come into this clearing just east of, or just west of, the city of Daggerford. As this treant looks around, you see a thin, spindly figure wearing brightly colored clothing, as well as a more rotund individual wearing a nice top hat that has a cane and a pocket watch in his hand. And as this treant begins to extend out their wooded hands to cause an awakening of these trees around them as they begin to disperse, you see the man with the watch open it, and as he does, and as the space is opened, you see that a carnival like no other begins to arise in the space that has been opened for you this day. As the carnival begins to set up, it's almost like time itself is moving faster than it normally should, going on with the ticking of this pocket watch. And within a matter of a day, this carnival has been fully furnished, fully set in a large, almost figure eight like manner. It is at this point that people have begun to arrive. They have heard of this Witchlight Carnival, a carnival that only appears on the plane of Faerun, or in the plane of Toril, I guess. Faerun is the coastline that we are on. It only appears once every 8 years. Now, for whatever reason, the carnival owners decided that this specific spot, was where they wanted their carnival to open. And as the carnival begins, each of you, for whatever reason, have heard of this carnival, or in Clout's case, have been involved working in this carnival for some time. For my own curiosities, where did each of you hear about this carnival that arises each or once every 8 years? Lowry, where did you hear about this carnival? Was it someone expressing it directly to you? Did you see it as a poster along a side wall? Where did you find out about this carnival?
Oh, I overheard a tree talking about it.
That is a completely valid reason with absolutely no strings attached to it. The trees were speaking of this wonderful carnival. Vice, where did you hear about said carnival?
My boss decided that it'd be a great place for me to take a vacation.
Excellent. Everyone needs to go to the carnival to relax, and I'm glad you decided to come to this one. Pamferdam.
Oh, well, I was kind of on a lookout for it for a while, and I was kind of traveling and heard about it, so I decided to stop on by again.
Excellent. And as we established, Clout, you have been working at this carnival now for going on 8 years. Following the carnival, you have gone to a variety of places. You have traveled across the verse in lieu of this carnival, and honestly, it's been pretty weird. It's been pretty nice, and for the first time in 8 years, you're home. At least a place that feels vaguely of home. As the day began, you were met by a gnomish bard who expressed to you that they were looking for several individuals and that they wanted to ensure that you were able to deliver some tickets to them, specifically to ensure that nothing went missing, or at least that's what they explained that their loot was telling them. You're not really sure. That sounds like a lot of Feywild bullshit, but to be honest, you've been living in this Feywild bullshit for quite some time. As the day begins, among each of you, I have a specific question, because I doubt that you all are arriving together. Who do you feel amongst you would have arrived at the carnival first?
I think it's Lowry. I think she showed up like 2 days in advance, camped out, and was just waiting like it's some concert in 1992.
Oh, yeah. All right, Lowry. So you are one of the first people at this. You are one of the first people at the Witchlight Carnival. And as you enter into the line and actually make your way through at the ticket booth, you end up seeing two individuals. One individual is an incredibly old looking goblin who has like the full ear horn going on. And as he is talking with people, you see that he is the ticket taker, that he is offering them tickets, sometimes in exchange for money. Sometimes they talk to him a little bit and he has like a rapport with them. And then he pulls out a ticket that seems to like flash with a brilliant blue for a brief moment before he gives them said ticket and they go on their way. It seems like you can still acquire a ticket even if you don't have any money here, which solid. Because honestly, things can get kind of expensive sometimes. But there is somebody else inside of this ticket booth. Somebody that doesn't seem necessarily to be doing much of the ticket taking, as it were. Danae, would you like to explain what Clout looks like?
Sure thing. Next to this ticket booth is a tiefling with bare arms, sort of coated in tattoos of various different things, chains and mouse traps and rope and all kinds of weird, random seeming things. He's got these horns that go out, forward, in, and then up. Sort of like a bull or some sort of ram. Definitely something that's used to butting heads. He's got an overall sort of purple tinge to his hair and skin, and these orange eyes. His arms are crossed, and he's, for the most part, sort of like on the lookout for something. He's just sort of like he will keep an eye on people heading into the carnival. And I don't know if Lowry would be aware of this, but he definitely seems to be looking for trouble. Not looking for trouble, looking like wary of trouble. He's not seeking trouble. You know what I mean? Like,
I know what you mean. Lowry knows what you mean.
He's looking for.
Now, Clout, as you are gazing around the influx of folks who are making their way into this carnival, you see something that you were told to be on the lookout for by the bard that you had spoken with earlier. You see a hat that looks almost like it is alive. There are things that are growing from it. It seems very red and large and fibrous, almost as if there was just a mushroom that had been plucked out and stuck onto the head. Lowry, would you like to describe what Clout sees as you make your way into the carnival?
Yeah, Clout sees a small human-appearing person. They have short, curly blonde hair and orange bodice, purple blouse, and a lovely set of trousers. They're velvet, but they're patched in different places with different fabrics. It looks like they're a bit old and they've been a bit worn. Striped socks and some ankle boots with a pointy toe that curves upward a little bit. And she has a large mushroom-like structure on her head, and she, every once in a while, looks up at one of the mushrooms as though she's talking to one.
All right. I think seeing her in the crowd, Clout's gonna like lock onto her and like clearly recognize her, and he's gonna like point at her and say, "Hey, mushroom!" And he's gonna start wading through the crowd towards her.
Yeah, it seems like big, burly, enforcer-looking fella. The crowd parts pretty easily for you when you like point and yell at somebody, because I take it you're not doing the polite two-finger point. This is the accusatory single.
Oh, for sure. And he's got like a claw at the end of it too. So here he come.
Oh, hi. Were you talking to me? Well, you said mushroom. Were you talking to this mushroom or this one or this one? Or there's some in the back. I don't know which one you want to talk to. Would you like to be more specific?
As he like walks up to you, just kind of like puts a hand up, and he's all like,
She high fives you.
You're the squatter who's been camping outside of the carnival. Do you want in?
Well, yes. And I take offense at saying squatter. That is not squatting, it is camping, and you are allowed to do it in the woods.
He reaches into his pocket. As he does so, you can see that he's wearing fake butterfly wings on his back. And he pulls out a ticket and hands it to you.
Oh.
I was told to give this to you.
You were told to?
Yeah. Some sort of gnome talks to her lute. Do you know her?
No.
Well, it seems like she wants to talk to you at some point, but until then, you should go and enjoy yourself.
Does she need help with something?
I have no idea. I don't know.
Okay, great. I'm here to help just in case anyone needs assistance.
Great. It's just great. He turns around, sort of rubbing the back of his head as he goes, and like probably like whacks you with those butterfly wings as he does.
Oh, Excuse me.
And Lowry, as you obtain this ticket, there is a flash of bluish light that seems to, again, wash over the ticket itself. And you feel a slight weight on your back. As all ticket holders of the Witchlight Carnival, part of the magic is they all get butterfly wings that they can wear as a little almost souvenir, as it were. So what does Lowry's butterfly wing style look like?
She gets obnoxiously large Lunamoth wings, but they're like colored like an emperor butterfly wing. And she's spinning around like a dog looking at its tail, just trying to see them.
Incredible. And Lowry, as you are spinning around and looking at your own wings, just being very enthralled by this, you can see that there are two individuals that seem to rush past you towards the ticket booth, and they seem to be in like trying to outrun each other. You see a young tiefling boy, red skin, just like looking like he is just like doing his best to keep up with what looks like, imagine if you took the front of a romance novel, like a Fabio-style figure, long blonde flowing hair, perfect chin, wonderful smile, but just gave him like little beady eyes. Just like Lemillion from My Hero Academia, or just like the like little black button eyes like Lucas from Super Smash Brothers. And it seems like they are racing next to each other to get up to the ticket booth. And behind them, walking at a more steady pace, you see a half-elf who is wearing kind of like grayer blue clothing, almost like she could be a cleric of some sorts. And next to her is a tall, very handsome looking half-orc who looks like he could possibly be a sea captain, walking next to another human woman. And they both seem like they're probably in their 40s at this point. But they are laughing to themselves, talking about how something about Ham and Ollie always wanting to outdo each other, and it must be something to do with their teens. You're not exactly sure what they're talking about, but they seem very excited as they make their way into the carnival as well. Now, Lowry, as you are making your way into the carnival, I have sent in our Discord a map, or at least I thought that I did. Here. Boop. Yep, I sent it. Made sure that I did because it popped up twice. A map of the carnival. As we go through and introduce other characters, we can just figure out what it is exactly in this map that kind of speaks to Lowry as an event or a thing that you would like to be doing in the meantime while the others are making their way in. So who do you, out of the two of you, Pamferdam and Vice, who do you believe would be the next one to arrive?
Well, seeing that Pam has been searching for this place for the last 8 years, I think they would be shortly after Lowry in showing up.
Okay, sounds good. So Pamferdam, as you have heard about this place coming back, and damn it, you are ready for this. You have been wanting this to be the thing for so long, and now it is here. It is in front of you. You can hear the holly jolly event that is happening on the inside. But this year you're gonna get a ticket, and you're gonna fucking find out what the hell happened to you the last time you came to this carnival. So as you are making your way inside, you end up going towards the ticket booth. So for the audience, what does Clout see as Clout continues to scan around looking for a figure that matches your description?
So first glance of Pam, they are a pretty modestly dressed person. They have kind of like brown work pants with black suspenders over a dirty, kind of aged white long sleeve shirt. There are signs of like stains that have been washed, but far too late for them to actually be taken care of. And the gnome has kind of like greasy brown black hair. Like it looks like, I didn't have time to shower today, so I just got it wet and brushed it over with my fingers, but I forgot to take the grease out of my hands before doing so kind of look. They have a mixture of smile lines all over their face and very baggy eyes of exhaustion. They kind of are walking with a bit of like unsure whether or not they're supposed to be in this line kind of confusion. Someone who looks like they're not supposed to be here, but they definitely want to.
Excellent. So, Clout, based on the description that you had received earlier, you see a similar figure making their way towards...
I imagine Clout doesn't actually see them first. I want to say that a little mote of light comes zipping through the crowd and like flies up to Clout, and then there's like the sound of bells tinkling as it like flashes a couple of different colors like pinks and purples before it goes back to blue. And he's all like, "Where?" And it like zips through the crowd, and he follows it until finally Pamferdam, I imagine you know what a will-o'-the-wisp is. It like comes up in front of you and like stops you where you're at.
I promise I'm not trying to break any rules.
A clawed hand is gonna like rest on your shoulder. Calm down. And he kind of like turns you around, sort of like considers you for a moment, and then just sort of taps on your goggles, and then hands you a ticket.
Oh, is this like a threat or something?
No, it's a freebie.
Why?
Somebody wanted you to have it. I don't know why.
All right, I'm going to operate under the assumption that that's not anything dangerous, and I'm just going to go on in, okay?
All right. Have
All
fun.
right, cool, bye.
Kind of like scuttle very quickly, like zigzagging between the crowd.
Okay, and Pamferdam, as you get that same bluish light over your ticket, what kind of butterfly or moth wings appear upon your bag?
I'm glad you mentioned it. So Pamferdam has what look like... have you ever been to West Virginia and seen the statue of Mothman?
No, but I've seen pictures of Mothman.
So Pam now has jagged metallic moth wings on their back. Very clearly not able to lift me off the ground, but they sure look neat.
Incredible. So yeah, also feel free to look at the map as you are, as we finish off by introducing Vice. So as you go into this, into the carnival, then we'll pan over. And at this point, would it make most sense, Vice, that you were probably here at the very beginning of the carnival to try and get the lay of the land, talk to the most folks that you possibly could, really capitalize on the time that you've had? You're muted.
He wouldn't have come immediately after they have opened, maybe like a couple of hours after they've opened.
Okay. Sounds good. So, yeah, we'll say that it we'll go through a few of the rides first before you come before we introduce you, because the Witchlight Carnival does actually have a time tracker on it. So in order for to kind of keep up with the overall flow of the game, thank you for following CK Ray's Randy. We appreciate you for being here. Since Pamferdam, you and Lowry were the first two here, and you were here like right as the gate opens. As the two of you walk into the carnival, the first thing that you are met with is a calliope. And operating this calliope, this small mechanical... it's almost like a mechanical organ, just an organ grinder. Like you kind of turn it on one end, and then and then you hear music playing from it, and it is that very just like like Carnival TM music is playing from this calliope. And you see that there is a baboon who is actually operating the calliope and singing from the top of his lungs. This baboon says, "Spare a button, if you please. I'll sew it next to all of these." And he turns his back and he's wearing a coat that is just like covered in buttons. If you've seen Office Space where they're talking about appropriate levels of flair, this dude has an appropriate level of flair on his jacket. And he says, "I offer nothing in its place besides a smile upon my face." And then he gives you like that big, like almost scary baboon, like barring of teeth, but just like, yeah, like he seems really excited about it. And there is a goblin dressed as a ladybug that has a small tray that seems to be like going out to the crowd to try and collect buttons of sorts in order for Ernest, the organ grinder, to put upon this wonderful coat of his. And Marigold will come up to you, Lowry, and extend their bowl up.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I don't wear buttons. Everything is laced together. Do you take anything else? Would you like a tooth?
She says yes.
Okay. Do you want a molar, an incisor? Do you want a bicuspid, canine? She's just holding up a bag that's full of teeth.
Real quick, something's up with the CC.
I'm trying. It's because I have the free version, and now I have to put thing in order to extend it. But don't worry, we're figuring it out. No one can see my secrets, my treasures. I hope.
Your credit card information.
My credit card.
Lowry's holding up a velvet bag full of teeth. It's rather hefty.
And Marigold, like, looks at the teeth, looks back at Ernest, and you see her pull out a small piece of twine, and she takes 2 teeth from there, 2 canines, and she wraps the piece of twine between them to create a small little pin. It seems that this is good enough for her to make a button in some form or fashion out of the teeth that you have provided. Pamferdam, you are watching this human-looking woman pull out just like a fucking jar of teeth. And then, like, a goblin wearing a ladybug costume takes 2 out and just, like, begins to, like, work some twine together. And then she ends, like, as the twine is finished and it looks like she's formed, like, this strange small button, Marigold then, like, twists and twirls and comes over to you with this bowl.
Oh yeah, actually I have a couple buttons in my bag because I have a bad habit of breaking my suspenders while I'm working. So here's a little black one with 2 holes. Is that cool?
And she nods most excitedly as she accepts these as she accepts the buttons. Just needed to see. There we go. Excellent. The joy tracker has increased by 1 on the Witchlight Carnival. That means more for me than it does for you, but at the end of this, you'll see why. Pamferdam, you have just given a goblin some buttons. You have your moth back about you, or your Mothman metallic back about you. Lowry, you are looking to the tease, and you have just given some teeth to a goblin in exchange for friendship. Seems
and
like
they are a gift
trade.
freely given.
And when you say that, Marigold says, not everything given comes for free. in a moment of need, all you need to do is listen for the calliope.
Right.
She winks at you and then walks away.
Like, is that supposed to be like a lost and found kind of thing? Like if you're lost in the carnival, you listen for the music?
Maybe.
Also, what kind of teeth do you have? Or is that like a currency here?
Oh, no, they're my teeth.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. You got like falsies in you right now?
Oh, no, they grow back.
Like how often?
I lose a few every couple weeks.
Are you like half shark?
I don't know, I might be.
Oh, that's
I'm not quite sure.
Are you interested in like making a trade for some teeth then? Because I could probably use some calcium in my neck, some toys.
Oh, I'd be happy to. What do you have?
Well, I guess if we're trading in weird things, I have like these nails. I don't know. I've been carrying them around for a while. I'll trade you 2 nails. Yeah, they're like really long. They're like as long as like regular people fingers.
Oh, that seems fair. Would you like a molar, an incisor? Would you like a canine? Would you like a bicuspid? She just runs through the names of teeth.
Looking in the back.
I guess I'll go with like a couple of molars because I could probably get the most material out of that.
Oh, here, take these ones. They're from my left side. That's my better side.
Oh, thank you.
You're welcome.
Here's some nails. Don't put them in stuff though, because they're like weird.
Weird how?
Well, I guess like the last person who used them was like a murderer or something. I don't know. It like came from their coffin. They weren't using it anymore.
Oh, those are very useful. Thank you so much.
Yeah, no problem. I'm Pam.
Lowry, it's a pleasure to meet you.
Yeah. Do you know where the lost and found is?
Lowry's gonna look around. DM, do I see the lost and found from where we are?
From where you are by the ticket booth. Let me see.
I'm assuming it's that lost property place right there.
It is indeed the lost property. So yeah,
It's
I would say that you
right over there.
are able to see the lost property from here. And are you going together or are you just going by yourself?
Oh, I'll help you get there.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. And as the two of you make your way over to the lost property booth, what you see lying there next to just lying there sort of like letting themselves be almost like a plaything for 2 children that seem to have found themselves in this area is a displacer beast. And this displacer beast is old. It is large, like getting gray in the muzzle. But most importantly, even this beast in this place is wearing a set of massive monarch wings that seem to extend off of its back, almost that kind of like fall lazily at the top, and then along its tail there are actually about 5 smaller sets of monarch wings that seem to have been placed delightfully on there. And as you approach, you see that there are 2 younger boys that are roughhousing, and then one of these boys squeals, "Again, Dira, again!" while the other kind of hangs on to the large creature's neck. And as they are playing, one of them you see kind of like goes towards a ball that is near where that's kind of like off to the back towards where like this displacer beast seemed to have kind of like set some things aside, and as they go to pick it up, the displacer beast growls at the child towards them, and the child just seems like that might have been a little too much stimulation for them this early on when they don't know where they are, and they just kind of bolt, like crying, running away. And you see like the displacer beast like goes to like start to get after them, but the other kid is still just like hanging on, playing, like does not worry about their friend who has just like ran off, and the displacer beast seems a little caught in what they're doing.
Oh, poor kid.
And as you say, poor kid, this beast looks at you, looks at the two of you, and just says, "Will you help me? I'm supposed to be in charge of keeping all of these young wards safe and sound, but, well, that one ran away, and I still need to make sure that this one is safe." And they kind of like motion with these long black tendrils that seem to extend off of their back and like point towards the child, point towards one that ran away. And they have asked for your assistance.
Oh, I'd be happy to help you. You're muted.
I can read you on the CC, which is hilarious, but I
I
cannot
came here to do something, but I guess I'm like not in too much of a hurry. You know where the kid might have run off to?
And he says, "The young child spoke highly of sweets."
Like, is there like a candy store or something? Like a place that like sells cinnamon buns?
I believe so.
Where at?
And again, the tendril sort of points off to points in the direction where the child ran. And with that point, I'd like for you both to make a perception check for me.
11 for me.
Starting off strong with the net 20, totaling 25.
Ah, yeah.
Nice.
So the 11, as you're looking around, Lowry, like this is like almost overstimulation. Like there's like lights and sounds and people and stilt walkers and like there's a giant cat wearing butterfly wings behind you. That's adorable, and he's asked you for your help. And then Pam, like, you came here with a job. You have a goal in mind. Like, okay, find the kid. Like, I just saw him run off. He's a child. Like, eye level, you know where this kid's gonna be at. And sure enough, you spot him actually at one of at like a candy stall, and you can see that they're just like, I don't have any money, but I want sweets because I'm lost. And it seems like the person manning this candy stall has a very tender heart, and they are in the process of giving them some sweets regardless.
I think I see the kid over there by the candy stuff. If you look between these people's legs right here, like in a straight line.
Oh, okay. Lowry's gonna crouch down and look between their legs. Oh, yes, I see.
Yeah, I guess they're not running away or anything, so it's pretty quick and easy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Walking through the crowd.
Yeah, it's pretty easy to get this kid. Like, hey, like, the giant cat didn't mean any of it. Like, he's not mad at you. He just seems very protective of the ball that he has. Like, this kid is very, like, he has gotten candy. He was a little rowdy before, but, like, he is satiated. Like, a child has acquired a sweet this day, and they are doing fine. And as you return with the child, the Displacer Beast tells the both of you thank you. And it explains that its name is Dear Leground. I'm sorry that I asked the two of you to do that. That ball is very important to me.
Wait, what is?
The young child, the one who you have returned to me. I had a child of my own, and I have not seen them for some time.
Oh, that sucks.
The ball was theirs, and I do not wish to lose that memory.
I'm very sorry to hear that.
But enough of my own story. You all have come here for a reason or another. Are you looking... Is one of these children yours?
I really hope not.
No, I don't have children. Do you not know who they belong to?
No, that is why they are at the lost place.
Oh, these
Oh.
are straight up missing kids. That's kind of all right.
They have been separated from their families, and, well, children tend to take kindly to creatures such as myself. And he seems a little proud and, like, preens, like, extends the chest up as, like, a child slides down its back.
Okay. So like, were the parents or guardians like here in the carnival, or
I
did they
would
like get
assume
lost
so.
beforehand?
I would assume that they are somewhere within the carnival.
What if you just like kept this? Is there only like one point of entry? You could always just like keep the kids over there, so when they go to leave, if they like give up because they can't find the kids, then they're like, oh hey, look, he's right there.
If a parent does not realize after an entire day that their child has been lost and they do not bother to check the lost and found, we are always more than willing to accept new hires at the carnival from a very young age.
Right. Would it be okay if we talked to the kids?
Of course.
Lowry's gonna intercept one as it slides down this beast's back.
Yeah, and the one that you intercept, their name is Vero.
Hi, my name's Lowry Moon.
Well, hi there, Miss Lowry.
Do you know, when did you last see your parents?
They shrug. Earlier,
Was
the carnival
Okay.
started, and then we all went in, and then there was that old guy who was working behind the counter. He had like green skin, and then we went in, and there was a monkey, and the monkey was playing music and singing a song. And so we talked to the monkey, and then I saw candy, and I ran, and then he was so nice. He gave me candy because I was and I looked behind me to find where my parents were so I could be like, Mom, Dad, please, silvers, please, please, please. And they weren't there. And I don't know. They'll come find me.
And they say this very matter-of-factly.
what do your parents look like?
And it is a human child, and he says, "My dad is like the strongest ever. He is like as tall as like a mountain, and he has hair like mine," and he points, and he has brown hair, and eyes like mine, and he has brown eyes. And he doesn't have a beard, but he has a mustache, and it tickles a whole lot.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
My mom is the prettiest ever. She kind of looks like you.
Does she have hair like mine?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Is she taller than me?
And like he kind of like looks up at you.
I think so.
Okay. Does she have a dress on or pants?
Dress.
Dress. Okay. Do you know what color the dress is?
It's a really pretty blue.
Pretty
I picked
blue.
it up this morning.
All right. Well, I'm going to go take a look for your family and see if I can find them.
He just nods. He doesn't seem like phased by the fact that his parents are missing. Like he's having a time hanging out with this big cat.
Alrighty. So dad with brown hair, brown eyes, pretty mom in a dress.
Yeah, but dad has a mustache.
Dad has a mustache, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, are we supposed to like take the kid literally? Like, is the dad like that tall, or do you think that's more of like a hyperbolic kind of thing?
Well, usually when children are quite small, they always think that their parents are the best thing in the world. So I think we should take the strength with a grain of salt.
All right, cool. I mean, it would have been a lot easier if they were that big, you know? Like, we just like turn around and see them.
Mm-hmm. It shouldn't be too difficult to find someone walking around with a lady in a pretty blue dress and having a mustache. Right?
Okay. You know when this place closes?
When does the fair close?
The fair closes at dawn.
It'll go all night.
Alright, cool. I guess I got time to, like, go do a different thing. Like, look for the kids' parents or whatever.
Okay.
Right.
So you guys spend some time trying to track down two very average-looking people at a carnival?
Is this a case where everyone has a mustache?
This is a case where, like, there are, like, mustaches just happen to be in fashion right now. And, it, like, the pretty blue dress was definitely, like, it's a department store one. Like, most people who have dresses probably own this dress and may have worn that for today. There's going to be a lot of looking around for that one. But if you'd like, you both can roll investigation or perception checks, depending on which one's higher.
You know, in retrospect, we probably should have just asked what the wings look like, seeing how they all kind of look different on everybody.
That would have been smart.
You said
And I am
investigation or
not.
perception?
Yeah, investigation or perception.
Rolled a 14.
A 14, okay.
And 9.
All right. So it is going to take you a while to try and track down these individuals. And so I would say while you are attempting to track them down, that is where we are going to pan over to, again, the hustle and bustle that is still entering into the carnival. As we do, Vice, as you are making your way into the carnival, you are standing in line, and you know, you've let a few hours go by at this point. You're feeling fairly confident. You didn't want to arrive too early, but you know, you didn't want to arrive fashionably late. Fashionably late to a carnival that only appears once every 8 years seems like you could be waiting quite a long time to go to the carnival again, and you're not exactly sure if your boss would appreciate you taking a vacation from the vacation that you should be vacationing on. And as you are making your way towards the ticket booth, you hear a individual behind you that you're fairly certain you have never heard before, but the figure addresses you with a air of familiarity that says, Hubris, it's neighbor, I didn't realize that you were going to be here. How are the wife and kids? And as you turn around, Vice, you see a middle-aged half-elf who has, like, what looks like lizard skin growing on side of his face. And there is a woman next to him with short red hair. She's a little bit older now. And there are about 5 children with them, ranging ages from about 14 all the way down to, like, 2. And they are all here. And as you turn around, Vice, and this individual looks at you, he just says, sorry, it must be my mistake. You look very similar to somebody that I know.
Oh, neighbor, hello. It has been a while. I decided to go for a change of look.
Using the old disguise magics. Of course.
And as he's motioning to himself with his left hand, it is bandaged up, like just full on hand wraps all the way down. So how are things?
Well, things have been going good. I mean, the trip was a lot longer than I thought it would be, and I thought, honestly, that you were staying up at the farmhouse north of Waterdeep, but if that's...
No, I'm currently doing some light work for the missus.
I see. And everything's fine between you two. I hear arguing sometimes next door, and I worry, but... And as this individual is talking to you, you hear, Kefris, let's go! As the woman that he is with is tired of trying to wrangle 4 smaller children. The oldest of which seems to also be, is She also seems to have like a little bit of like the this almost like lizard texture to her skin, and like the daughter just like makes like a raspberry, rolls her eyes, and like brushes hair out of her face as this individual who has been marked as Kefris just says, "All right, well, listen, we'll catch up later. Have a good time, and send my regards to the missus."
Well, I'm going to be a while. If you do see her before I do, send her my love, and I'll see her soon.
All right, we'll do. And then you just hear the sound of Kefris saying, "Coming, I'll be right there, sorry," and like apologizing to the short redheaded woman who is just, she looks tired at this point.
The entire time he was
happy.
speaking with Kefris, he had a very polite smile on, but as soon as Kefris turned and walked away, it just drops into like a glare.
And as your face drops to a glare, inside of the ticket counter, the old goblin, who has been identified as Nicholas, just sort of like talking to all of the people purchasing tickets. The Bellevue family ends up purchasing theirs, exiting, and Nicholas, who has spoken with a very old affectation this whole time, kind of motions for you, Clout, and when you come over and he whispers into your ear, he drops the old man act immediately and just says, "All right, I'm just gonna say it right now. I don't like that. I don't like the look of that fucking guy. He looks
What guy?
That guy, one right over there that has like the jewel shit going off of his head. He kind of has horns similar to yours. Didn't the one who bought all the tickets, like, didn't she tell us to be on the lookout for somebody who looked exactly like him?" And he points,
hold on, Nick. I'll talk to you later.
And he points towards said tiefling. Clout, there is something that you have expressed that you might have a certain difficulty identifying Vice.
Yeah. Well, I want to say that, like, from Vice's perspective, he probably turns around, and as he does so, he turns away from Kefris and then immediately turns around to be face to face with Clout, who's just kind of like staring at him like directly in the face, and there's like a moment too long, and he just sort of hands you a ticket.
You got a problem here, buddy?
No.
All right, you're sort of in my personal space.
He just sort of like looks down, takes a step back.
Thank you.
Nice horn. Turns around, walks away.
Standing there with the ticket in hand.
All right, and as the ticket that you have in your hand has this brief flash of blue, describe Vice a little bit to everybody, as well as what moth/butterfly wings does Vice get?
Vice is an albino tiefling. He has 2 horns that come out the side of his head and wrap forward like a crown. One of the horns looks like it had been broken off and then replaced with an amethyst crystal. He's wearing this all black attire, a high collared jacket that has gold symbols stitched into it. Most of the time he walks around with his bandaged hand in a pocket. The butterfly wings he gets, I think, is going to be a guava skipper. They are these very nice dark blue, almost black wings with 2 red circles on the end.
Okay.
Clout's wings are a common white butterfly, just like Animal Crossing.
Perfect.
Yee-hee!
Woohoo! Yes. Vice, you have obtained your ticket from what seems like a very disgruntled carnival hand who you'll probably never meet again. But in the meantime, it seems like now is the perfect time, the perfect opportunity to get shopping. as it were. Not necessarily shopping, of course, but to, well, see what this place has to offer, as it were. And I would say that as you are making your way past the ticket booth, that is when you see Lowry and Pamferdam that are just busy, like, scanning around, and they look like they are, like, they're looking for somebody, but they may not know exactly who they are looking for. You are also stopped by a goblin wearing a ladybug costume with a bucket to ask if you have a pin.
Do you mean a button?
A button or a pin. Enamel pins are worth like 2 buttons. They're like stickers that you can move.
He like pulls the side of his jacket out, and you know how like you have like the spare buttons that are sewn into the jacket?
Yeah.
He'll take his right hand, the bandaged hand, and kind of just pluck it off and hand her 2 of the spare buttons.
Her eyes get wide when she sees the quality of buttons that have been dropped here. And with the grace of a ladybug, she kind of like humbly bows towards you.
Well, let's get down to business, I guess. Vice starts wandering around. Is there I don't see on the map if there are carnival games.
There most certainly are carnival games. So the carnival games that you would be looking at are actually going to be nearest the carousel in the like northeastern side. If there are like the 2, if it looks like an 8, it's in the upper portion of the 8. And when you begin looking at the carnival games, you see that there are a variety of them. There is an Mirage ring toss. There is Catch a Dragon by the Tail, a gnome poetry contest, a goblin wrestling, Guess the Number of Feathers, or a game that's just called Outstare the Cyclops.
Mirage ring toss.
Okay, so with the Mirage ring toss, as you approach, you see that there are carnival workers that are there. It is again a goblin that seems to be wearing like. This goblin specifically is also wearing more of like a beetle costume, but this beetle costume seems to be more of like the iridescent shiny beetle, and they have just like a small like stag beetle horn that they are wearing, like a small crown to kind of give them the same like body type as an Almirage, and they say, "This Mirage is no mirage. Adorn its horn with 2 or 3 rings to win a prize."
I'm game.
Okay. And so they ask if they can see your ticket.
Present.
And you see that they sort of like almost in the same way when you have a crumpled dollar and you're trying to feed it through a machine, they just rub it along the side of a table, and as they do, a small hole actually appears inside of the ticket that you have, and it looks like they're and figuring it out, you realize that each one of these tickets is good for 8 uses. After that, they just become a regular ticket. However, again, there are 8 things that you can do per ticket, and you can always go back to the ticket booth to buy more. And so they hand that back to you. So I need you to make a series of dexterity checks.
Okay.
Seems like the rogue chose the best possible game for them. So let's see it.
Would it be just straight dexterity?
Yep, just a straight dexterity check.
Okay. First one is a 16.
Okay. As you throw with the 16, you see the ring get so close to the Almirage horn and then just bounces off right at the edge of the ring.
How many tries do I get?
3.
Here comes the second. This one is a 17.
A 17? It looks like it like wobbles, like it's floating towards it, and then right on the edge, and then rings in, and it looks like the 17 is just what you need in order to actually make this ring toss.
Right, one more. For a natural 1.
Okay. Yeah, so you go to get it again, but your hand sort of like slips, and like part of you wants to like, if you were somewhere else and it wasn't this carnival, you might have fought somebody about the result of you failing this, but you need to maintain a specific profile while you are here. And the goblin wearing this beetle costume comes up and says, it looks like 1 out of 3 isn't going to cut it, but would you like to play again? We have a variety of prizes that you could possibly win if you manage to get 2, or, heaven help you, 3 rings on the Owl Mirage. And again, no Mirage, just Rabbit.
You know what? I'll come back. I would like to save some of these punches before I get another ticket.
Of course. Enjoy the carnival.
By the by, haven't heard of this carnival before. Who are the purveyors?
Purveyors, like the owners?
Yes.
Well, it is the Witchlight Carnival, and as luck would have it, it would be Mr. Witch and Mr. Light. They tend to wander the grounds. Be on the lookout for them. There's one man dressed as a jester. He's very fun. Has a kind of grayish complexion. They both do. They're not actually... Did you know? They're Shadarkai. I don't really know what that means, but I have heard people say it in hushed tones before, so I'm assuming that's how we should all say it.
Bit of reverence, got it.
That's what it is. Reverence. Yep. Got it. Well, they've been the carnival owners for quite some time. They hired me not even 8 years ago, and well, now I work the rings.
Now, for the job application, what is that like? Do you go up and say, "Hey, I want to join up," or
Kinda.
Oh, all right.
But
Well,
in order to join up, you do have to have a pure joy in your heart and a love of laughter. At least that's what Mr. Light likes to say.
how about prior experience to working in a carnival?
That would also probably help.
All right, buddy. Well, I'll see you later.
All right, goodbye. All right, and as you are walking away from this ring toss, it is Lowry and Pamferdam, it has taken you both quite a bit of time to actually be able to track down, like, find the set, like the blonde woman with the nice pretty dress, and then the brown-haired, brown-eyed, mustachioed man who fit a roughly childlike description of, like, the size of a mountain that also happened to be missing a child. But it seems like they... Like, when you meet them, they weren't super, like, oh, God, like, where's my child? Like, they aren't, like, panicking. It doesn't seem like they are, like, they seem like they're more, like, enjoying themselves at this point. Like, oh, man, like, free daycare just kicked in. Like, we can, like, actually have, like, a little bit of a date time to ourselves. And so when you finally approach them, like, there is a little bit of shame that you see play across their faces, like, oh yeah, like, we should be responsible parents, we just got caught up having fun at the carnival. And then they will make their way towards the lost property area in search of their children.
I'm glad that we managed to find them, but I don't really feel like 100% good about this.
About what part?
I don't know. I just if you get like so excited about stuff that you forget about your kid, that's kind of pretty fucked up, don't you think?
I think they were more excited that they thought they could work the system and give free daycare. However, they do definitely deserve to tip that Displacer Beast.
What do you tip it with? I haven't seen anybody take money in this place yet.
Money, maybe a favor if it wants favors, whatever it wants.
All right. Well, job is done, so I don't know about you, but I gotta go back to Lost and Found now and see if I can find out some stuff.
Oh, okay. Would you like some company?
I mean, like, yeah, like, sure, I guess. I don't want to, like, take up too much of your time, you know. It is a carnival, so, you know, I gotta make sure you have fun while you're here, I guess.
Oh, I am having fun. I really enjoy helping people.
Oh, well, all right, then that kind of works out.
And start heading back towards the ticket booth area to get back to lost property.
All right, yeah. So making your way back to lost property. At this point, both of the lost children have been claimed, and it is now just the large displacer beast that seems to be minding its own. And when the two of you return, it expresses its gratitude towards you once again. Oh, I wasn't expecting to see the two of you here. I do appreciate the help that you have given to not just myself, but the children as well.
Yeah, no problem. Like, just out of curiosity, like, were the parents pretty cool when they came, or were they, like, angry or anything?
I would say, feigned a little bit of anger. I did not believe that the anger was honest in its origin. More that they had to be stern for their child to learn a lesson that running ahead is not often the best decision. Well, it would help if you stuck by your parent every once in a while.
Yeah, I guess.
And the displacer beast looks like there is like they stare into the middle distance when they say this, and like they get like a little sad, and then they like kind of like shake, they like do the like cat head like washing machine shake where it's just like the side to side really quick, and then they look back towards the two of you and say, but if you I'm assuming that the two of you did not come here just to make sure that the children are okay. Have you lost something as well? And as the displacer beast stands, you see that it does the like Halloween cat pose where like it makes like the big center stretch and then like stretches forward after having laid down for a little bit, and then is now standing at its full height, which is quite big. It is a large-sized creature.
Pam will definitely be craning their neck a little bit.
Yeah, like, all right, so I guess it's kind of hard to explain, so I didn't lose anything, like, physical, but, like, I would say something was lost last time I came to the circus, so I was wondering if I could, like, talk to someone, like a manager, or whoever's in charge of, like, the rules of this universe.
Well, if you are looking to speak to the proprietors, there is a rather easy way in order to do that.
Yeah?
Yes. Well, I say easy, but it might be a bit difficult unless you hold a true joy in your heart. You must become the monarch of the Witchlight Carnival.
Oh, you just gotta, like, usurp the throne? Oh, alright, well, I guess I kind of have some experience with that, so...
No, not usurp the throne. At the end of the night, at the big top, there will be a contest to judge, rather, who has the most joy in their heart and who has had the greatest time, the grandest time here at the Witchlight Carnival. Whoever the audience determines as such is able to go and meet Mr. Witch and Mr. Light.
Oh, so, like, we just have to, like, convince everybody that we're having, like, a real heck of a good time, and then, well, like, after that, like, if you're smiling the biggest, you get to become the king?
Effectively so, yes, although it does help if you are genuinely enjoying yourself.
I look over at Lowry to try and, like, gauge their, like, entertainment level right now.
She is very, very happy to be here. She looks very content.
Oh, yeah, I think well, we could probably figure it out.
We could go play some games.
Yeah, games are fun.
Play some games, enjoy yourselves, and if someone tells you a joke, make sure to laugh.
Always.
All right. All right. I'm not gonna. I think I kind of dragged you around the most so far. So you said you mentioned you want to play some games.
Yes.
Do we have a map to this, or are we just kind of like
Posted
feeling
in the
that?
Discord server.
Oh, I mean, like, do we the characters?
The characters, I would say, placed at various points throughout the carnival. There are definitely like the cardboard arrow, you are here, like a map of a mall kind of thing.
All right. Well, it says here on this sign that we're right here. Just right there. And well, I don't know. Those kind of look like little game stalls right here. What do you think?
I think you're right. We should head over that way.
Okay.
Ooh, there's gondola swans. We should do that too.
What's a gondola?
It's like a boat, but smaller.
Okay. Yeah. All right. We can ride those after the games.
Okay, sounds good. So yeah, the two of you make your way over to the Carnival Games. And again, like in passing, you also see, again, that same tiefling. Or no, I don't think that... yeah, Vice, you hadn't introduced yourself to those two, correct?
The
No.
game after
Okay,
us.
yeah, sounds good. Yeah, so the two of you are going to go up to see the Carnival Games, and when you do, again, there is the Mirage ring toss, catch a dragon by the tail, a gnome poetry contest, goblin wrestling, guess the number of feathers, and outstare the Cyclops.
I want to try and outstare the Cyclops.
Okay, sounds good. So, to outstare the Cyclops, you see a dashingly handsome individual. Is currently locked eyes with the larger half orc that you had seen previously, Lowry, that had been walking when the two individuals had raced by you previously. And they're staring. And then the Cyclops, you see, like, solo blink, and the dude just, yes! And I knew it was going to be easy. And, like, the half-orc just seems, like, very caught up, and then just like, right, yes, obviously, I won. And the Cyclops then extends their hand over to a chest, and as they do, the half-orc stands, talks to one of the women that he had been seen with previously, and you hear him saying something which one do you think Ollie would like, as he goes to begin looking through the prizes. The Cyclops, like, you see, just sort of like blinks steadily a couple of times and like closes their eyes really tight. That always dries out the eye. All right, who's next?
Me. Hi.
And they point towards you and they ask you, do you have dry eyes?
Oh no, I blink quite often.
And they nod and say, then it looks like this is going to be easy for me.
If you say so.
And then they take a squat so that way they're eye level with you. And they say, eyes closed. And on the count of 3, we open them and maintain eye contact for as long as possible. So, close your eyes. And in 3, 2, 1, go. And just this big eye is staring directly at you. I need you to make a Constitution check for me.
Bonus points if you make the check without blinking.
11, and I still haven't blinked.
11. Okay, so that is a fail.
Yes.
So as the contest goes on, it's like 30 seconds in, and Lowry, like, you could just feel the strain, like your eyes are drying, and the Cyclops once again says, "Do you have dry eyes?" And at that point, you're just like, "Yes, I do." And like, you just like have to blink as the Cyclops then like does like a set of solitary blinks as well, as they have won this game. And when in order to do this, you have received 1 hole punch in your ticket as well. And they say, "Would you like to play again?"
I think I'm good. Thank you very much, though.
And they nod. And you hear a, "Me next, me next." And it's a much higher voice coming from a much more like dapper individual. Like, it is like the long open seafaring V. This dude is straight up off the cover of that like high sea romance novel, but those like small like beady unblinking eyes just like sits down and is just like really rearing to go before locking eyes with this Cyclops. Pamferdam, is there a game that you would like to play?
Well, first, I would like to kind of like lean over the next challenger and look at the Cyclops and be like,
Real quick, I just have a question. Like, what's the punches about?
And the Cyclops says, "If you win a game, you get a prize."
Oh, then what? Like, if you lose, you get a hole punched into your ticket?
Every game and every attraction costs 1 hole punch. Each ticket has enough punches for 8 things.
Oh, okay. That's what all those lines are for. That makes a lot more sense.
Mm-hmm.
All right, thank you. Good luck. Make sure you're not blink.
And when you say that, the individual just says, "Ham!" like very excitedly that you have said ham around them. And they begin their staring contest. So, Pamferdam, did you have a game that you would like to play?
well, I might as well go for the obvious and do some gnome poetry,
Okay.
some gnometry.
And as you approach, there's a gnome that is wearing like plum-colored butterfly wings upon his back that has a reddish coiffed pompadour, a very strong chin, and there's actually like a slight gap in their tooth as they are performing a brief soliloquy. And they say, "Sound the chime, it's time to rhyme. You bring the poem, we'll bring the gnomum."
I'm kind of curious about this game. How does it work?
So the game must you must outperform a gnome in a best of 5 poetry contest. Doing so requires 3 successful charisma performance checks in 5 or fewer attempts.
Yeah, I guess I got plenty of punches still. I'll give it a shot.
Okay. All right. So, give me a performance check.
Well, what's the topic of the poems?
Entirely up to you.
Oh, I don't do good without instructions, so I got a 7.
A 7? All right. So as it begins, you realize that this gnomish poet is approaching this more like a rap battle than he is necessarily we'll each give our best poem about the sky or about a tree. No, like this almost seems like like he's almost like it's like targeting you, like he's like describing you but in a rhyming scheme as he does this.
Oh, okay, we're fighting. Gotcha. I think that makes more sense now.
And then we're making multiple checks, right?
Yep, it's best of 5.
All right. I try all these fancy words to put me in check, but if you be careful, you're about to get wrecked.
23.
23. Like you hear, like when you say that, like, oh, I didn't know that this is a battle. Okay, and then you say that, and you just hear the crowd just like they are about this right now. All right, so make another check. So you're 1-1 right now.
You know, I think this is a game. Well, I think it's pretty lame. I rolled a 4.
Okay, a 4. Okay, so that is another fail to the 1 success. And the individual that you are rhyming against says, my opponent might be wearing goggles, but it is his loss that the crowd will be the ones to ogle. And there's like a look, oh, as well. All right, so next round.
All right. You think this is funny? You think it's just a game? Well, I happen to be a person of a high fame.
Like sweating. 13.
A 13. So as you mark that 13, the individual that you are in this battle against says, you might be high fame, you might be high class. However, your rhyming game has landed you directly on your ass, as they have won this rap battle against you.
Oh, well, heck, all right. Thanks for the game. Can you punch my thing?
And they nod and like wink and give you a finger gun. And as they finger gun, you hear a little like as a hole appears in your ticket.
Thank you.
And they bow and say, "Till next round." And then they go back to
I don't think
ask.
that's gonna happen.
And then they go back and ask anybody else if they would like to join in. And you see one human guy who's wearing like a do-rag and a jacket, just like, I'll do it. And then like you hear like some beats happening in the background as he approaches, and someone's like, yeah, Rabbit, go do it. Like it's Eminem. It's Slim Shady who's approaching at this point. But at that point, we have each gotten around to playing a carnival game. Clout has given out the tickets. We've even found a lost child. And I think that is the best possible place for us to go into our break for the evening. So we are going to try and be back in 5 to 10 minutes. Don't go no place unless it's to grab a food, grab a drink, grab a friend, or possibly go to indooradventure.redbubble.com. Pick yourself up something nice. And we'll see you guys shortly. All right, everybody. See you soon. That's not the break screen at all. That did not go. Hey, nope, still not. Hold up. Hello, everybody, and welcome. We have returned from our break. My cat looks like a little Shakespearean actor, and she hates it, but oh, you are just so heckin' cute.
You
and
can
I
see her
love you.
cheeks quenching up.
Let me write you 40 plays before I die. Okay. You'll live forever. I love you, Magic. But we have just gotten each done playing a carnival game of sorts, unless more people are interested in playing other carnival games. Also, thank you for the follow, Spring Rowan. We appreciate you coming by. Thank you.
What were the other games that we haven't played yet?
The other games are Catch the Dragon by the Tail, Goblin Wrestling, or Guess the Number of Feathers. And those are the games.
Before we get into another game, I've got a scene for Clout.
Go for it.
He's still watching the door, and I want to say that like somebody goes running past him, and he like grabs them by the collar, and he says, "Hey, you got a ticket?"
and they. How old would you say this individual is? Like a younger person's?
Young enough to think they can get away with it, but old enough to know better.
Okay. Because I have had to watch so many Christmas movies at work, this is the redheaded kid from A Christmas Story.
Okay.
It's just like, yeah, what's it to you, weatherman? Like, he, like, very rude towards you.
For your parents.
Yeah, no, he's gonna like just like look at him, and he said like he'll get like low enough to like, you know, like look him in the eye to the point where the guy can see his fucking shark teeth.
Scott Farkas, that's his name. He had yellow eyes. Yellow eyes.
He's gonna say, listen here, you're either gonna get a ticket now or you're gonna want a ticket later.
What's that supposed to mean?
You don't want to know. And he like shoves him towards the ticket counter. He says, Nicholas, set this guy up.
And Nicholas just, oh, what? Set him up like for a joke? And the kid likes just like, he says I have to have a ticket. Ugh. Just like, well, do you have 8 silver? Or I think it's like, yeah, do you have 3 silver pieces? No. All right, then let's say you and I make a deal. How about while you're here, you be completely honest? If you can do that, I'll give you a ticket. And the kid, like, thinks for a minute, scoffs, and says, yeah, I could do that. And then Nicholas nods and hands this young shite lord a ticket. And the kid picks it up, looks at it, it glows blue, and he gets like just like bespeckled butterfly wings, like the kind of wings that if this kid saw another kid wearing, Scott Farkas would actively bully them, but instead he is forced to wear those wings himself. And he looks at the ticket and looks towards you, Clout. I think you're smelly and stupid. There, see? It's easy to be honest. Nah. And he just runs off into the carnival. And Nicholas just, like, shakes his head. There are a lot of fucklords we got to watch out for this time around. I did not like that kid.
Maybe he'll learn a lesson. And he's going to turn around and shout, Whisper! And yep. Go and check on those freebies. I got a weird feeling about them.
And you just see this little glowing ball just like, if a ball could nod, like it like goes up and down very quickly and then just pew,
all right,
and away. All right, so
keep watch.
Vice, would you have stayed around to have continued playing other games?
He would have left briefly to grab like some carnival snacks and then come back.
Okay. Yeah. One of the areas that has snacks is the festival orchard. There are other places where you can get like elephant ears and all that kind of thing, or there's a place where it is kind of like an active beer garden. Like you can just go and indulge and just have as many as you want.
Could he have a road beer and just walk back to the Carnival Games?
Yeah, it's a beer. I mean, the beer garden is like if you want the like fast pass on beers. If you want to have a roadie with you, nobody's gonna judge.
It's like you get like a carnival sanctioned tankard and you could come back to refill basically.
Yeah. Or it's Las Vegas, where you get like the really, really tall ones that you can kind of just like fill up wherever. And as long as you have the tall boy, then like you're fine at drink stations.
Cool. Yeah. Come back with some ale, sipping on it.
Okay. All right. So Lowry and Pam, which games are you playing?
I would like to try a numbers guessing game this time.
Okay. Sounds good. So for the numbers guessing game, when you arrive, you see again, there is a goblin worker. It seems like goblins are actually the workers for all of these carnival games. But this one is wearing like a headdress that just has a lot of feathers on it, and like where others are like wearing what looks to be like bug related paraphernalia. This dude just is like dressed like a bird, almost like he didn't get the memo. But he says, or actually no, I think it's like there's a hawk moth is I think its name. It's not one of those random fucking like bird named moths. But he is dressed up in such a manner. And when you approach, he says, "Birds of a feather? How about feathers of a bird? Step right up and guess how many feathers festoon these fiendish fowl." And as he says this, you see that there are what looks like a small grouping of caged cockatrices, actually, that are in these small cages. And it seems as if this individual knows the correct number of feathers by which wizardry or which witchery. You aren't necessarily sure, but they seem to know. So if you would like to guess the correct number, I would like for you to roll an intelligence check for me.
All right. I rolled a 16.
A 16. So you count as best you can and write out the numbers. And when you hand them back to when you hand the number to this individual who is dressed as the hawk moth, they look at it, they nod, just very good, very good. But you missed one. And like from behind one of the cockatrices, you see another emerge. It seemed like they were like perfectly silhouetted against each other, that you weren't able to spot that one. As a 16 is not enough.
Oh, well, see, if you let me walk around him and count them, like, I can't see with your forced perspective, you know?
Well, if you'd like, you can try one more time for one more hole punch.
All right. I'll give it a shot.
Okay. Yeah, roll again.
9.
A 9? They're like squabbling now. It's very difficult to keep track of ones that you've already counted.
I don't know, like somewhere between 20 and a lot.
And the goblin laughs and agrees that a lot is going to be one of a correct potential answer, but not the exact answer.
Any of these games interest you, Lowry? I'm pretty gamed out now. I'm not really good at these so far.
Oh, neither am I, but I'm having a great time. What games have we not played yet?
You have not played Catch the Dragon by the Tail and Goblin Wrestling. And you specifically have not played the Mirage Ring Toss, but as a group you have.
I will go for Catch a Dragon by the Tail.
Okay. So, Catch a Dragon by the Tail. There is, again,
Fit hollers, you better bail.
there is a goblin who is wearing these very brightly colored wings. And as you approach, they say, "Prizes, prizes! Catch the fairy dragon by the tail and win a piece of its hoard." And they're like doing a lot of like extraneous hand motions to try and get you wrapped up into their game. As you are getting ready for this, Vice, you are also hearing about catching a fairy dragon by the tail. And you look over and you see a starry-eyed mushroom hat wearing humanoid female, and then a much smaller gnomish fellow that seems like tired, but like having a good time, but also a little tired again. Tired is the key phrase on this boy that seem to be at least trying to enjoy themselves here.
He finds a spot to just lean on as you'll watch them play this game.
Okay. So, Lowry, they are going to blindfold you and stand you in a booth. And while you are in this booth blindfolded, you must grab the tail of an elusive, giggling red fairy dragon.
All right.
All right. So, as you are blindfolded, you are in this booth. You can hear the like, hee hee, ah, as it's just like floating around. I need you to make a perception check for me.
Can I pull out a piece of pocket candy?
Yes.
I just imagine Lowry's the type of character who just has pocket candy.
Are you attempting to pocket candy to get the fairy dragon into your palm?
Near enough.
Near
There's
enough?
nothing
Okay.
on the rule board that says we can't do that.
There is not a rule against that, which is why I would like to say you could make your perception check with advantage because this fairy dragon fucking loves candy.
Oh boy. 17.
17 is not going to be enough. Is elusive. As you feel it land in your hand and you feel like the wet little smackies of the dragon like eating this candy like a cat eating a small treat out of your hand, you go to like close your hand and it is just gone. It is no longer
fine.
there.
I'm just happy that I enjoyed the candy.
And would you like to try this game again?
Yes.
Okay, make another perception check.
That's an 18.
An 18. So this time you know what you're looking for. You are prepared. You are ready as soon, like pocket candy once. Excellent. You extend your hand out again. There's still a little bit of like candy dust. I'm guessing it was like a hard candy, so there's still some like residue left on the palm. And as the fairy dragon comes by expecting to find a treat again, rather than closing the one hand, you just like steadily bring up the second hand and clasp down on it. And you hear that same like tee hee as you have caught this dragon in your hand. Now, with that, as you have been able to successfully catch this dragon, bells and whistles and all sorts of shit just starts fucking like going off. Like it's like no one has caught this dragon all day, and the carnival worker like throws their hands up. And they just say, "Wonderful, wonderful, one of you has finally won a prize for catching Bamber. You've done it, I knew you could. You had the right look of somebody who could possibly find exactly what they were looking for, being Bamber. With that in mind, help yourself to the chest of possibilities, the great dragon's hoard." And as you do, I'd like for you to roll a d8.
All right. That's a D8. 3.
A 3. You receive from the dragon's hoard a packet of pixie dust.
Alrighty.
Excellent.
Oh, hey, that's neat. Good job, by the way.
Oh, thanks. Fake creatures love sweets.
And
Is that common? Like, is that like a thing?
It is.
Oh, I should probably buy some candy then.
Oh, do you want some pocket candy?
Oh yeah, sure.
Lowry just reaches down into her pocket and just hands it. It's like I don't know what they're called, but it's like every older lady at church always had them. It was like
the originals?
no, like the ones that the wrapper looks like a strawberry.
Strawberry. Yeah.
Really is excited.
Tasted like cough syrup, looked like a strawberry.
I actually liked them.
Mm.
Did you get the versions that like were like little pineapples?
yes,
No, they made a
And then, like-
pineapple version?
Oh, yeah.
Pineapple
Yeah.
version.
it
too.
was.
That's horrifying.
I think there's actually a watermelon version too.
Oh, I'm horrified at that. Yeah, I imagine Lowry just has pockets full of grandma candy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, thanks.
And I like put it in my spell component pouch.
Excellent. So, yeah, Vice, you have just seen somebody win at this dragon catching game. You have not actually seen anyone win this game as long as you've been in the general vicinity of, well, the Carnival Games area. And I'd also like all four of you or all three of you to make a perception check for me.
$16 for Lowry.
I got a 7.
15 for Pam.
Okay, so Lowry and Pamferdam, the two of you, Pam especially, like, having witnessed this thing before, you're kind of on the lookout for any glowing lights that might come at you, like stop a mite bit aggressively after your interaction with the ticket booth man earlier in this day. And you kind of see, like, eye level, just like that thing, like, kind of like zipping through the crowd and then stop. And you see, like, goes near a tree and, like, pokes out and looks at you. And, like, you feel, like, it doesn't have eyes, it doesn't have a sense of looking, but, like, you can see that, like, it is glowing in your general direction. And then, like, hides behind the tree again. And then you see it zip away. And Lowry,
which
you see
direction
it
did it
too.
Do you think it wanted something?
I don't know. Like, I don't have a lot of experience with like ghost stuff. Was that like a come hither kind of blink, or like a, I'm gonna get you blink?
I'm not sure what the difference is.
Again, I don't have a lot of experience with ghosts, so like I don't know what the rules are.
Can I
Is it a ghost?
overhear them?
Oh,
talking
yeah,
about
they are
this?
not being quiet.
Vice takes a long pull from his drink, and he's going to use telepathy on Pamferdam. Come play with me.
Nope. 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 Nope.
Hello?
Just a wide shit-eating grin as he's like sipping through a straw.
This place is pretty heckin' weird.
Did you hear something?
Well, I thought I did, but I don't really like see anything. Nobody was like looking at me, except for like the thing, the blinky thing.
Oh, maybe we should go follow it then. What did it say?
I think it wants to like play a game.
Oh, we should definitely play. Maybe we'll win another prize.
Oh yeah, 2 for 7 would be pretty cool.
Yeah.
All right, let's follow this thing.
I'd like to follow them, but stealthily.
Of course. Roll a stealth check.
Oh, Lord. How's a 22?
Oh my, that beats everyone else's passive. I'm pretty sure by quite a bit. So yeah, blending into the crowd.
Rogue.
Super easy. Blending into the crowd at a carnival where everyone looks a little bit different. Dummy easy. This is the easiest thing you've ever had to do.
Just occasionally, when he spots either Pamferdam or Lowry in the crowd, a telepathic giggle.
Is only to Pam or to both?
To both.
Okay. Yeah, so Lowry, you also hear this, like, this brief giggle that appears every once in a while.
Every time Lowry hears it, she giggles too.
Okay, so the Will-O-Wisp makes its way back to the ticket booth, then comes up to you, Clout, and just, like, shimmy shines at you. And lets you know, like, they're having a good time playing carnival games.
All right, good. Go back and keep an eye on them. Let me know if something goes wrong.
Shimmy shines in a way that says, yes, sir. And you'd think that it would give you a small little sarcastic salute if it could.
Thanks, Whisper.
And as Whisper goes to turn around, you see it gets to the door and then pops back towards you.
What's wrong?
It gets to the door again. And then like kind of like does like a circular motion like you should look at this.
All right. He's like playing with like one of those like ball and stick games.
Like a kendama? Or just like the ball and cup?
Ball and cup, that's the one.
Okay.
And so like he like tries it one more time, and just like his head sags, and then he like pockets it and walks over to look.
As you go to like open up the door to look in their general look in the direction that Whisper went, Lowry and Pam are like approaching the ticket booth.
Huh.
I saw it go in that door.
They didn't see you, did they?
From the back.
Over here. I might be wrong.
Baby shark. Baby shark.
And the Whisper kind of like glows at you, just like, I thought I was stealthy.
Sort of like rolls his eyes, just sort of like pushes like gently the light away, like the way that you would like push a friend, just like, you dumbass.
Mm-hmm.
He's gonna like walk out towards the crowd. He's going to pull a glass ball out of his pocket, and he's gonna do some contact juggling with it. Just as an excuse for like why he's just in the middle of the carnival. This is something that he does when he's like making his way across the carnival. He's just contact juggling.
Okay.
I don't know. You ever see Labyrinth, David Bowie?
Yeah.
Goblin King.
Fushigi.
Yeah, Fushigi. Yeah. But he's only got one. And as he's sort of like rolling it over his arms and like across his shoulders and like around his hands, you see that it has a sort of greeny yellow sort of look to it, and then it like flips around and it's got this slit across it, and you realize it's a vitrified eye of some sort.
That's cool as hell.
You gave it to me.
I know. It's still really cool. Okay, to be fair, the dice gave it to you off of a list of things that we could have given you.
This is fair. He's just gonna like wander out into the crowd and keep an eye on them, like with his own two eyes. I was gonna say he's a little bit less flashy than the Will-o'-the-Wisp, but he's doing fushigi, so this is not true.
He's doing fushigi at a carnival. Again, like this is not unheard of or weird to have happen. You're also like wearing like employee gear.
Yeah,
it makes sense.
Yeah, he does that.
Okay, so as you were doing this, Lowry and Pamferdam, you saw the Wisp go into the back of the ticket booth. Do you continue in that direction, even though you have heard the sounds of like, no, over here?
If the Wisp was going into the ticket booth and I haven't seen it go anywhere else, Lowry would keep following it.
Okay. Yeah, and Clout, you just watch as these two individuals just make their way up to the ticket booth. Both of you roll for stealth.
Oh, were we being stealthy?
I don't know. Are you?
No.
We're about to go into employee only.
Apparently an employee asked us to follow and play with them.
Mm-hmm.
So checks out.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm just going in.
Okay.
I just walk in like I belong there.
Yeah, sounds good. So you just brazenly walk into the employee area. Pamferdam, you also walk into the employee area. Clout, you just watched two people very confidently walk in to the employee area.
Do I know what happens to people who wander into the employee area?
They get politely asked not to be in the employee area. Like, this is like, it's a carnival. Sometimes it happens. It's just more of a like, do you work here?
They're like gonna walk in on a guy like eating a sandwich in like half of a gorilla costume.
Knight's in the courtyard for that one, but can I appear next to Clout and just the nerve of some people.
Like just sort of like, ugh. What the hell?
Hells, more or less, but you're not gonna stop them? I don't think they belong there.
I was just about to. Why don't you mind your business? Sheesh. Just sort of like snatches, like he like had to like fumble with his fushigi ball and like catch it.
Vice is giving you a very scrutinizing look. Got something on your face. And he'll turn and disappear into the crowd.
Speak for yourself. Turns and I say that like for a moment, we see from Clout's perspective, and Vice's face is just weird, like scratchy static to him. He just turns around and follows Lowry and Pamferdam.
Yeah, and Lowry and Pamferdam, as you walk in to the back of the ticket booth, it's like a staging room, and then there's the front area. And when you arrive, you definitely you hear the sound of a goblin. This worker that normally speaks with a much older affectation, saying, "Why couldn't we have gone to someplace nicer, like Waterdeep or Neverwinter? Why did it have to be Daggerford?" And then as he's saying this, the door opens from the front area where the tickets are sold to the back area where you are, and there's a pause and like 2 slow blinks from this goblin, who then like you see slouch a little bit, and then just, "Are you supposed to be here?
Oh, I think so, yes.
Are you new hires?
I'm not
No.
sure.
I'm sorry, could you say that again? Once more, a little bit louder. I am hard of hearing. Are you
there
new
was-
hires?
There was a light that we were following.
A ghost?
Ghost? Wait a second. Ghost light.
It said to
Right.
come play with it.
Well, if you're looking to play with a ghost, I don't know why you're at a carnival and not in Saltmarsh. There was a haunted house there a while back.
Really?
Turns out it wasn't haunted. There were some other things happening. It was like a goof. It was a trick.
They always
Huh.
tease you with a ghost story, and then it just turns out to be a leaky pipe.
Every time. But that's besides the point. But you said a ghost. Is there a ghost in the carnival?
It was like a
What does it
little,
look like?
like a little light bulb, but like no bulb.
Oh.
And it was
Whisper.
zooming around us.
And Nicholas,
Whisper.
It was like a ghost.
like he's just like the coherency and like audio like legibility effectively decreases as the pitch heightens until he's just like calling out for this will-o-wisp, but eventually like comes up to him and floats and just,
Were you telling these folk to come and follow you to play?
and whispering like blink, 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 like makes like little blippies at them, and Nicholas says,
Ah, I believe you misheard. According to the sparkle thing, the will-o'-the-wisp. Now, I don't mind if you're all here because you're curious about the inner workings, about how carnivals work. But behind-the-scenes tours isn't something that we typically do here.
And as he's saying this, Clout, that's when you, like, open up the door. And Whisper just, like, shoots over to you and, like, hides behind you.
Yeah,
Oh.
yeah. I know, Whisper. I know. Hey, you two can't be back here.
Oh, hi. We met earlier.
In a manner of speaking.
Right. So is the Blinky thing your friend?
Yeah, this is, William O. Whisper.
Oh, pleasure to meet you, William.
Hello again.
He goes by Whisper.
Okay.
He sort of like glances down at his knuckles, and you can see like literally tattooed across his knuckles is Clout. I'm Clout.
Oh, well, that's very convenient. You'll never forget your own name.
Yep.
Pamferdam, your ghost said it wanted to play with us, I think.
And I am on break, so if the three of you could make your way out of the back area so I can eat in peace.
Wait. If you're here and I'm here, who's watching the ticket counter?
And Nicholas, like, hooks a long finger around the door and pulls it. And you see what looks like Nicholas standing there on the front. But behind it, the Grouch Couch. Thank you so much for the raid. Oh my goodness. Shinobi233, thank you for the follow. From the front, Rado of the Wastes. Thank you for the follow. I'm going to wait for more of these folk. And it is like, almost like how Shedinja has that body where it's like,
Oh God.
like you
Okay,
see,
go
like
on.
there's like a hollow.
Stern's with a
front.
hole in the back.
There is a hole in the back of this goblin shape that has like several pixies that are inside just sort of like
Oh my
operating
God.
him to make it look like Nicholas is still working at the counter.
You got the dust
I
crew
love it.
covering?
At least for 15.
Oh, that's ingenious. How does it work?
I'll gladly
all
tell you
mechanical?
about that if you work at the carnival
Oh,
and if you leave me to it.
Like an employee shortage or something. You just kind of like ask people who walk in.
What if they want to work at the carnival?
Right, like, are you like lacking in hands or something?
No, well, a carnival really only stops in certain places once every 8 years or so. When that happens, sometimes people like to go back home. Sometimes 8 years.
That's exactly
is a
why
good
you
stint.
don't. That's exactly why you don't want to work here. If you're from here, we won't be back for another 8 years. So, come on, let's get out.
I mean, in the grand scheme of things, 8 years isn't necessarily that long of a time.
Oh, you wouldn't believe it. Just it can drag on.
Yeah, maybe if you're an elf or a gnome or something that lives that long, but trust me, 8 years is a long time. Now, get shuffle, shuffle, shuffle.
Okay, no need to be pushy.
And with that, thank you for following Karaku Zira. Thank you for following Grim Reaper 1. There are only 2 more that I need to do. So yeah, as the 3 of you are exiting out of this ticket counter, Vice, had you like stayed behind to watch what had happened when you saw Clout go, or did you just like kind of chuckle to yourself and then make your way into the crowd?
He's close by enough to see what's going on. Maybe like over by the Calliope.
Okay.
He'll wave down the goblin, just keeping an eye on the back of the ticket booth.
Mm-hmm.
By the way, do you accept things other than buttons?
like as far as tips go?
Well, for whatever this bowl is for.
Oh, this bowl's for pins and buttons, specifically. If you're looking to put other things in it, I have a bowl of knives that I like to collect, but that's more of like a me thing. Some woman even gave me teeth earlier, and I'm not going to tell Edmund that I'm keeping, or Ernest, that I'm keeping the teeth for myself, because I think that they are mighty fine teeth that I could possibly turn into like a nice clasp for, say, like a small cape or something.
Well, I do have to get rid of a few things. Would you like a pair of leprechaun boots?
That depends. Which leprechaun did you get them?
Don't know, I found them.
Where? Was it near here?
Somewhere off in the forest, yeah.
I'm going to pass on those in case someone comes round looking for them.
Well, to be fair, they were strung up on some vines for some reason. Maybe
Oh,
just
well,
traditions.
Vine shoes are anybody's game if you can actually go up and get them. Yeah, I'll get them. I'll take them.
Here, take a dagger. You're doing wonderfully.
Oh, thank you. I'll put it with the others.
Remove that from my pack because I need to lighten my load. By the by, if, say, some outsiders were to intrude on employee grounds, what are the repercussions?
One of the repercussions is that, well, they might get a stern talking to from one of our enforcers. I don't know if you've seen him. He's a rather large fellow, covered in tattoos, horns that kind of come out and then around and then up a little bit, always like a permanent grimace and like scars and things on his face. His name's Clout.
Clout.
He's very nice. He's actually
Yes.
a big sweetie boy if you get to know him.
Right. So that one's name is Clout. Nice to know nothing's changed.
Oh, do you know him?
Clout and I go way back.
Oh,
I don't
he's
think
never
he's-
mentioned you.
Oh, I've changed a lot over time.
Oh, that makes sense. He doesn't really talk about much of anybody from his past. It's
Oh,
almost like he had like a clean slate coming into the carnival, which honestly is pretty good when you're working at the carnival and you have to learn all sorts of new things and new ways in order to do things. Like having old knowledge kind of gets in the way of figuring. Sorry, more buttons, pins, yes.
I love.
And
Turns back to
Ernest
watch the door.
continues playing his calliope, singing louder, being like, "Now is not the time to talk to people. We have so many buttons to collect."
What was that?
I say things to myself while I'm muted, and I have to get used to the fact that it's now going to pick up on the caption.
Vice is gonna wait for Pamferdam, Lowry, and Clout to walk out before sending a. He has to be within 30 feet, but
Mhm.
sending a telepathy over to Pamferdam, just like, oh, sorry, wrong game.
Who
Exposition
the heck is
leaves.
talking to me? Hello?
This is fun. This
Oh,
is
hello.
You want to
And
play a game?
I'm sure.
What are you like?
Vice,
Did you ask me to play a game?
No, I didn't. Well, I did earlier, and then we went and played the games.
Someone keeps talking to me, but I can't see them. It's kind of freaking me out a little bit.
Oh. Fairy fire.
What?
Was it Simon?
so Vice.
I'm gonna cover everything in glitter real quick.
Sure.
Okay.
No.
Vice, as you say to yourself with this kind of snide-looking grin, this is getting fun. As you're staring off in this group of people who are now like, what's happening? Who's talking to me? You hear a voice beside you that comes from a slender-jawed figure wearing rather colorful-looking clothing who seems like they should not be as quiet wearing as many bells as they have coating their body. and you feel a lithe arm wrap around your shoulder, and the figure says,
Well, I have a question for you, bruv. Now, what we've got here is somebody who seems keen on causing mischief. Now, I just wanted to make entirely sure, are you the kind of individual who likes causing mischief, or are you looking to have a good time at the carnival?
Column A, column B.
Excellent. Well, you call A, call B. You can call me Mr. Light, and this is my carnival, so I have just a few questions for you about what you're doing here, causing mischief. I see that you are a proper ticket holder. I understand that. I get that quite thoroughly. But if you're causing mischief, bruv, you and I are going to have a slight problem.
Well, Mr. Light, I do apologize. You see, I was quite frustrated at one of your games and decided to take it out on, well, those lovely individuals over there. If I have overstepped any bounds, I apologize.
That is actually kind of overstepping the main bound of the carnival. If you failed at a game, I am sorry, but that's why we make it so easy to get extra tickets, to keep playing, to incentivize, to not just kind of, well, let those bad times get ahead of you. So I'm going to...
To be fair, no one expressly said I could get a new ticket. I was just given this.
Iago?
Mike, you're on my... You're muted.
Just a quick aside. Let's say if we were to establish who bought this ticket for you, would that make you more inclined to not be as shitty towards other people? Sorry, strong language. My offense. To not be as snide and mean.
Oh no, you're in the right to call it shitty. Well, let's see. Depending on who has actually bought it, if per se. Well, depending on who bought it, actually, yes. Typically very well behaved in these situations, but.
And Mr.
Easy
Light
marks.
gives you a very, like, his eyes narrow, his brows raise. Just.
To be fair, easy marks are easy marks.
Well, see, let's not call other people at the carnival an easy mark. Games are fair. Everything here is supposed to be fair, equal, and a jolly good time.
I solemnly swear not to cause mischief in your carnival, sir.
Good, because I like people coming to the carnival, and I like having them here, and I like having everybody having a good time. So, bruv, if you would promise that you would have a good time, and that you could continue having a good time, could you possibly have a good time with those folks, not at their expense, if I found out who bought you? And I think those ones as well, their tickets, because it was part of a bundled package. I looked through all the receipts.
That's strange. We don't even know each other.
That is even stranger, but not really my concern.
It's a bit of a concern for me. So, yes, I will agree to enjoy myself in the most responsible of manners, not at other people's expense while I'm at your carnival.
Perfect. Sounds lovely. Now, I just have one last request for you. Pinky swear.
Insight check?
Make an insight check.
Is this some Fae bullshit? How's a 16 do me?
A 16? There might be a little bit of Fae bullshit involved in this.
It's just a little carnival magic.
Well, I always was one to believe in some showmanship and carnival magic. Pinky swear.
Okay. And as you do, you feel like a strange sense wash over you as there is just this like glitter bomb that goes off not 30 feet away from where you are. And Mr. Light just,
That's wonderful is what that is. Although we should probably put that out or at least clean up some people because that's going to just stay in Oh, Clout is going to hate that. That's incredible, actually. He's lovely. Lovely is what that's going to be for us. Now,
You know what? Let me do you a favor. I used to work. Where's the broom?
a broom. We have prestidigitation. Don't be
Oh, you-
ridiculous. Manual labor's a thing of the past.
And for some of us who are not as magically inclined, a broom is still handy.
Well, a broom does have a handle. Hey, hey.
Hey, hey.
So, with that in mind, can I see your ticket, please?
Hands over his ticket.
And he takes the ticket.
And he's like rubbing it across his forehead. And he's like eyes like kind of like rolling back, looking at it. Oh, powerful ticket! Who purchased you?
I'll have what you're having.
That's what a little bit of joy
Dying.
gets you every day, bruv. So, looking at this, I would say that you would be able to find the purchaser of this ticket over at the feasting hall. The feasting orchard, rather.
Okay, because the feasting hole is something that's a no for me, dog.
The feasting hole is the reason why we didn't go to Neverwinter. They have a place like that there, and those Ack Inc. people are just...
Yes, I recall.
1, 2, 3 fingers. No, thank you.
Well, Mr. Light, thank you for the information.
Of course. Lovely to meet you. May the carnival bless you, fine friend. I don't think that's actually a thing that this carnival does, but hey, I'm the owner of the carnival. If I say carnival blesses you, bruv, carnival bless you.
Stranger things have happened.
And with that, he just like actively tumbles away. Like this dude does not walk anywhere. He tumbles places. There is like flips and tricks. Like his acrobatic score just must, like his passive acrobatics must just be like way too high. And as he moves, he jingles. It's just he didn't act jingle when he approached you. Strange that. Now,
Vice is gonna approach the group.
after a glitter bomb figuring out what's going on, Clout, you've received a glitter bomb or two in the last 8 years. There is a reason you stopped being glitter bombed by your companions.
Amazing. Yeah, I think Clout was trying to explain to Lowry and Pamferdam where exactly the games were. And then like that glitter bomb goes off and he's all like, "Oh, what the hell?
Language.
Hells."
Oh, well, now we'd be able to see whatever invisible person was pestering us, right? Maybe.
Yeah, someone keeps talking at us and we can't find them.
You see any invisible people?
No.
Can I sidle up next to Clout like I was there all the entire time?
Yeah, make a stealth check.
Rogue. 13.
13, Clout, what's your passive perception?
11.
11? Yeah, you don't notice Vice. Vice, it's not your best stealth job, but like, it'll do. It'll pass.
So who let off the
I backhand him.
Ah!
Whisper,
Quit sneaking up on me.
when you backhand him, Whisper like gets in your face, Clout, and like gives you the message like, we've been through this. You can't hit attendance.
He snuck up on me. What was I supposed to do?
Oh, you're not friends?
You see, I'm his estranged brother. It's been so long since I've last seen our dear Clout.
But I think for a second he like he double he does a double take and he's like, "What are you on about?"
Oh,
Family
congratulations.
reunion.
It's such a heartwarming thing.
I have no idea who you are. What are you doing here? Are you gonna cause problems?
When you say that, like the camera like focuses to the side and it's Mr. Light just like dead-eyed looking at the back of your head.
Well, you see, I promised your boss I would not.
Oh, did you pinky swear?
I pinky swore.
Yeah, you're not gonna cause problems.
Anywho. Hello.
Hello.
Hi.
Hi. Apparently our tickets were bought in a bundle.
Oh,
So it
my
is a
name's
threat
Lowry
then.
Moon.
Pleasure to meet you.
I'm Pamferdam.
Pleasure to meet you.
Whoa. No, say that again.
Pamferdam. Pamferdam Rusky.
The Pamferdam, like toy store Pamferdam.
I mean, yeah, they used to call me that, or they used to know me like that, but that was like 8 years ago.
My sister and I used to play with your toys all the time back at the house.
Oh, I'm glad to hear that. I'm sorry that I haven't been able to make anything new in a while.
I haven't been playing with toys in a while.
As Cloud is
Shuffles
speaking,
Cup and ball in his pocket.
as Cloud is speaking, Vice has like turned his head, and it's just this like squinty like glare, like, huh?
What are you looking at?
Like I said, you have something on your face.
I don't see anything.
Mm-mm.
Shakes his head a little bit. The person who bought these tickets for you, her name was Ella Wick, something like that. Gnome talked to her lute. Sound familiar to any of you?
I don't know any Wick somethings.
Vice, make a history check for me.
Oh boy! Oh boy! How does a 15 do me?
A 15? She sounds vaguely familiar.
No, that does sound vaguely familiar. Wick.
There's this spider guy named Wick who used to work here.
Sedgwick?
Yeah, that's the guy.
No. Lovely individual.
Yeah, but that wasn't her.
This is going to bug me. Anywho, I do not believe in chance. So this is a really weird circumstance we're in. I'm gonna go find out what's going on. You game?
That sounds like fun.
Like, does this person work here or something?
Oh, I've never seen her before.
Like, do they put a return address or on their like purchase? Is there like a receipt or anything we can look at?
From what Mr. Light was saying, we can find her at the buffet area.
She seemed to want to speak with you. You in particular. He points at Lowry.
Oh, me?
Oh, neat.
Yeah, I mean, you're here to help.
Well, yeah. I'm just a helpful person, though.
Maybe she needs help.
Oh, we should definitely go. Let's go.
All right, yes. Yeah, I mean, like, let's get some food too. Yeah, that sounds fun.
Okay. And as the four of you make your way over to the feasting orchard, when you arrive, you see that there are signs for a custard cupcake eating contest that is held as soon as 8 individuals are ready to sign up. There are mountains of these cupcakes at the ready, each one small with a dollop of custard upon them and a delightfully small piece of fruit atop of that. Entry into a custard cupcake eating contest is only 1 ticket punch, and is available for any. Looking around, you do not actually see this gnomish bard that has been established, but there are a lot of people here who are getting ready for this. Would any of you like to participate in the custard eating contest?
Yes.
Sure.
Yeah, I mean, that sounds like free food.
Okay. Sounds good. So, Clout, you, it's a contest. You could enter if you were feeling peckish, but...
I've had so much custard in my time here.
Yeah. No, this is like this is like the end of the day. The employees just get kind of what's left over. And when there are thousands of custard cupcakes being consumed in a single time. Oh my God, it's so small! Little baby! A lot of
Yeah,
cat,
he snuck in.
lot of cat people on this stream.
Oh, as it turns out.
Show
us
me
the
the baby.
Penguin!
Penguin!
Penguin.
Does he have anything to tell us?
Not today.
No.
Weird.
So, getting ready for this custard eating contest again. You see that half orc that had won the staring contest earlier. You see the individual that has like a little bit of like lizard skin going on. You see the individual with the strong jaw and the eyes getting ready. They are all here for this custard eating competition. So, the rules for the custard contest are as follows, because this is very fun. This is called a fairy cake eating contest. So the goal of the contest is to eat as many cupcakes as you possibly can within a 60-second time frame. Now, you can safely eat 3 plus your con modifier cupcakes in that allotted time. However, if you would like, you can also attempt to eat more of these cupcakes and consume as many cupcakes in them as you in the time as you possibly can. Each cupcake being 1 round, so you have the possibility of eating 10 additional cupcakes given the circumstance. You just have to roll a Constitution saving throw when you do it. So,
Let's go.
what is everyone's base as far as cupcakes go?
I can eat 5.
5.
What plus con?
It is 3 plus your con mod.
I can eat 4 cupcakes.
Wow,
Okay.
Icon party.
So, high con party. Great. Excellent. Love it. I need everybody to make a Constitution saving throw as the game begins. So that way you can just keep, like, shoveling them in left and right.
That's an 8.
I got an 18.
You look over to Vice and he has a fork and a knife and he just turns, nah, free custard.
Okay. Choosing
He's
not.
he's just gonna eat the 5.
Okay, sounds good. So, Lowry, I need you to roll me a d8.
Oh, nope, that's a D6. I don't want that. Where's the 8? There's the 8. 2.
2, you take 2 points of custard damage.
Okay.
Yes.
Now, you can continue eating cupcakes. This does count towards your overall cupcakes consumed.
Let's keep going.
Keep going. Okay, I need another set of con saves.
Okay.
17.
22.
Okay, 2 more successes. More con saves. Arr.
Right. 11.
Okay, 11.
5.
5, Lowry. That's another fail. Roll a d8.
3.
3. Okay, you take 3 more points of custard damage.
Oh,
Okay. So that was 3 out of the possible 10 cupcakes that you could consume extra. Con saves.
For this next check, I'm going to inspire Lowry.
thank you. What's your inspiration die?
E6?
It's a d6, yeah.
Can the d6 be used on a con saving throw?
Yeah.
That's a good question. Yes.
Is it? Is it
Creature
okay?
can add it to one ability check, attack, roll, or saving throw.
Okay,
It can be added after seeing the roll, but before knowing the outcome.
cool.
Otherwise, I got
The way
13.
that this looks is that like Clout can see like the the custard damage on Lowry's face, and he just sort of like points at her and he's all like, "You got this.
It's a
I've been
total of
there. I get it." He just sort of like looks away, scratches his chin. He's like, "I could go for some noodles."
it's a total of 7.
With the inspiration.
I rolled a 4 and a 3.
Incredible.
That's what my
Doing it.
inspiration does for you.
Okay, so roll another d8 for custard damage.
Are you going to die of custard?
Lowry's down.
Okay, so any contestant reduced to 0 hit points by custard damage is unable to continue, loses the contest, and I quote, has custard splattered all over them. At the end of the contest, all contestants regain the hit points they lost from taking custard damage.
Custard
Vice is
death.
gonna.
You
Vice
gotta
is
pace your
gonna.
cupcakes as you eat them, you know?
Vice is gonna like just dab his mouth with a napkin, put it down. I give up. Walks over to Lowry and just drags her off stage.
And you can see that, like, the half-orc and the incredibly handsome man are, like, 1 for 1, just, like, trying to go their best. And the man with, like, the little bit of lizard skin, you heard, like, a deep grumble come from within, and he's just, like, mowing faster. Like, his, like, fingernails extend a little bit. Like, he's just... Like, there's a beast sitting next to you at this table, and he is fucking devouring some custard right now. All right, Pam, you got 3 in. Another con save.
All right. This one's a 12.
Still a success.
Wow.
Keep going.
All right, next con save is 21.
Okay.
And, ooh, I rolled a 7.
A 7. Okay, roll a d8.
I'm taking custard damage.
Hell yeah, max 8.
What's your max HP?
9.
Okay. You got that 1 point in. You got that 1 point. You got to keep going?
Oh my god! Holding out for a hero till the morning light.
All right,
It's that feel like
Wow.
you took too big of a bite and you can just feel it like getting stuck on the way down.
I've already committed this far, so I might as well finish the job.
I'll inspire Pam.
Oh, thanks.
Clout's doing Fushigi.
Okay.
Oh, thank God. Thank God for the inspiration. Whew. Okay, that inspiration turned my 7 into a 8, 9, 10, 12.
Okay, 12 is a success.
Cool.
So you only need 2 more and you will have successfully eaten a cupcake every round.
Please, cupcakes, please. I got a 10 this time.
A 10 is exactly what you needed to succeed.
Oh, hail whatever deity's backing me up right now.
Okay,
Cupcakes ain't got nothing on you.
you got 1 more.
Fushigi.
Did you bardic inspiration?
I'll inspire the last one.
17.
A 17 is a success.
Oh, so
So-
many cupcakes.
Pam, right as you like slam the last one, and there is that like satisfying like noise like that comes from like ingesting this cupcake. The bell rings, and you can see like the guy who beasted out next to you like is just like he just keeps eating. And the judge disqualifies him for going past the time limit because he should have stopped and he just isn't. Whereas the other two, it looks like they were so caught up in their own personal, like, no, I can eat this cupcake. Like, ow. Like they were like going 1 for 1 on this cupcake race specifically. Whereas you were just like, if I just keep going, I can
If
fucking
I ignore
devour.
breathing, I can get a lot of these down.
And as the bell is rung, the winner of this cupcake devouring contest is the smallest person at this table. So, because of that,
Clout will hike them up on his shoulder
Yeah,
and just sort of like
Purple.
gesture.
you can feel the indigestion, just like, oh, don't lift me up too fast. That's not good.
Vice is handing Lowry some water.
Yeah, and Lowry, like, as the bell rings, there's like this effect that seems to wash over you where like your health returns, your cheeks that have lost color, like get a little bit rosier, your mushrooms that had kind of like wilted a little bit are like firming back up.
I feel much better. Thank you.
And Pamferdam, because you have succeeded at this cupcake devouring contest, the goblin who is in charge of this feast of champions comes over and presents to you what looks like a almost fragile small container that has a very decorative, very beautiful looking cupcake in it, and in excellent writing labeled directly on to this like plastic takeout container that has a nice bow atop it, you see labeled Cupcake of Invisibility.
Oh, thank you.
And the goblin bows to you and says, "No, thank you, champion."
That's right, I am a champion, ain't I?
And as you say this and you look around and good tidings are had by all, as you continue to look, there is a large tree, and underneath that tree, you see a dark-skinned gnomish woman with a big smile on her face that is playing a 10-string lute that has an albino frog sitting upon her lap. And she looks over at you, and she just smiles and then makes a motioning with her hand. And as she does this, that is where we are going to call it for tonight's session. So with that, I would like to say thank you to everybody who decided to stop by and join us for this wonderful journey into the carnival. I had a blast, but I always have a blast whenever any of these people are on this channel. So we are going to be going through our outros. Hey, RJ, where can we find you? What do you do?
Hey, everybody. I'm RJ, and you can catch me at RJustice282 on Twitter and Twitch, where I tweet about the nerdy things in my life and sometimes stream with my pals. Most recently, it's been a lot of Fallout 76. I bought it like a few days ago, and I have 51 hours on it. Don't judge me. On PC. You can catch me here tomorrow on Monday as Calum, a Shatterkai wizard, where we are invading the realm of we already have invaded the realm of the Raven Queen. We're fighting some horde mimics now. This is gonna be fun. After that, it's Thursday over at GGK, where we do we're calling it Elegant Shadows now because it's a hack of Good Society and Urban Shadows, which will be fun. I'm playing a specter named Augustine Luis Castillo. It'll be great. We did some world building last week by using a quiet ear, which is really fun. But we'll talk about that later. Finally, Saturdays back over at GGK, where we're doing, oh no, not this week because holiday season. Sundays in the AM over at the HypeGoblins, where we do a D&D 5e campaign. I'm a sorcerer bard by the name of Roland Grandbrook. It's great. Yeah. And finally on the PM here. But otherwise, that's it. DanaeKeener.com.
All right. And HypeGoblin, where can we find you? What do you do?
Hey everybody, you can find me on the internet everywhere as TheHypeGoblin. And I do all the things. I do the TikToks, I do the Instagrams, I stream here on Twitch under the same username, doing the game that RJ just told you about on Sunday mornings. On Saturday afternoons, I play a Masks: A New Generation game, DM'd by the wonderful Saucefire of Saucefire TV fame. And you also will find me playing a lot of Fallout 76 because I got it as an early birthday present from just some person. It's fine. I don't know. Surprise, surprise. But that's me.
Say the thing.
What's the thing?
DanaeKeener.com.
Oh, DanaeKeener.com in Comic Sans.
And Mediaflare, where can we find you? What do you do?
Well, howdy, y'all. I'm Mediaflare. I am a voice actor and tabletop streamer. You can find me right now, well, obviously here, as well as on my own channel, where right now we are playing an adventure where you, the real life people, got pulled into D&D and have to kind of figure your way out from there. So the party has full access to their meta knowledge, and it's totally going to be fine. Otherwise, you can find me on Facebook or Twitter at Mediaflare. And I look forward to playing more of this next week.
And hey, I'm Danae Keener. You can find me at DanaeKeener.com. I do nerdy drawings mostly related to D&D and a lot of things on this channel. You can also find me at Danae Keener on Twitter. I've got a pinned tweet there that has my schedule and all the things that I'm involved in and all the streams that I'm in. So you can go and check that out. DanaeKeener.com.
And if you've made it this far, you probably already know who I am, but if you don't, hey Acorns, what's up? It's me, your buddy, your pal, your friend, the Indoor Adventurer, the showrunner here at twitch.tv/indooradventures. We do shows like this on Monday at 5:30 p.m. and Sunday at 7 o'clock p.m. Pacific Standard Time. We have a Thursday show that's in the process of getting built out. It'll be back at some point once things get sorted, so just follow us on Twitter or join us on the Discord if you want like the newest notifications on that. But speaking of Twitch and all of those other wonderful things, hey, we have a Patreon-supported after show called Nights in the Courtyard that we are going to be heading off to right after this. So if you have any questions for us, you can feel free to join us on our Discord. Again, the link has been dropped in the Twitch chat to the side or is in the description of this video or audio cast down below. But like I said, we are going to be heading off towards that podcast, so I would like to once again say thank you to everybody who decided to stop on by. Thank you to these players for putting up with my bullshit once again this week, and we'll see all of you guys next time. All right, everybody. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. I think it's gonna...